No Giannis in this one. And no issues. Denver wins. Jokic's big return, of course, 127-117. And
Look at this pass.
He has a triple-double. Duh, that's what he does. Michael Porter Jr. finished with 23 points, 10 rebounds. Brook Lopez, hey, 26 points, 7 rebounds. He had 20 in the first half. But it's the triple-double return that's just classic Nikola. We know he's going to be second in the MVP race, but it's kind of fun that that's what he does on his return.
It's crazy. The dude just doesn't miss a beat. He somehow stays in shape when he doesn't even necessarily look like he's in great shape. It's unbelievable. And the dime last night was just, point guards don't make that pass. No. It is unbelievable, the vision in which he has and the versatility which he plays with. It's rare that you can have look at this, is a 7-footer doing an off the dribble spin move, no look over the shoulder. Magic Johnson-esque, may I say.
A video game.
It's a joke. And so, I always say, if there was one person I could pick right now to play with, it's Jokic. It's not even close, because he finds a way to score, but also get everybody involved. He plays so unselfish. It's nuts to look back and see his stats, that he's not going to win MVP. And again, credit to SGA, not to knock him. He deserves it. He's on the best team. He's had an unbelievable year. It's crazy. This is the best season ever to not win an MVP.
It really is.
It has to be.
I feel like he's going to be in it every year in the discussion, which is not a horrible place to be in your career. He's the 4th player in history with 30 triple-doubles in a season, and that list, of course, is Oscar, Wilt, and Russ. That pass, though, I could watch it on a loop. I'm not even exaggerating.
Put it on again.
Yeah, let's do it again, because it's everything. It makes you just feel kind of happy thoughts.
You know how the coaches will say, or players will say, when I play with this point guard, I always had to have my hands up.
Yeah.
You have to do that with this center. You know how unique and how rare that is. And again, it's most people don't even. When I saw this, it blows my mind every single time.
Poor Brook Lopez. It's like, wait, what?
What do you even do as a
forget it.
I mean, I guess in film tomorrow, what is Doc going to say?
You just laugh.
Gary Trent, you got to see both. you can't let him back cut behind you. But, this pass should have never been made. He should have just kept going to the middle and tried to score.
I love it.
Yeah, it's one of the best passes I've ever seen, let alone pass of the year.
It just doesn't look. It looks like
it's ridiculous.
It's in an actual game. The whole thing, it's perfect. God, I love that was his return. Michael Porter Jr., by the way, we don't talk a ton. But he's averaging 20 and 7 almost in wins for the team so far this season. Jamal Murray, we know, has been great. Correct me if I'm wrong, but during the trade speculation,
he was a juicy name.
He was a juicy name, and here we are. So how big a role does he play on this team?
He's huge, and he's the perfect guy when he's having the right shot selection to play with Jamal Murray, with Nikola Jokic, because he fits the system well. He's going to have open looks, just how much naturally the attention that those two guys create. And with him, I think he gets in trouble when he takes early bad shots, when he doesn't make the extra pass, the swing to the corner, and he kind of forces a early shot clock bad 3. That's when he gets in trouble. He's always been a solid defender. He's always been a unbelievable rebounder from his position. So I think it's just him, as he grows up, as he matures and his game develops a little bit, it's just understanding their offense, shot selection, because he's great. This guy was the #1 player in high school, if you remember. Yeah. He was unbelievable. He had the back issues at Missouri. Yep. He fell in the draft, and they got an absolute steal. And again, he was a name because I think teams know that he's good, and he's one of those players that can possibly do more in a bigger situation. He doesn't have to just be a standstill shooter. I think if he's a guy that goes to another team, he's a 20, 24 point per game a night. I mean, he's that good. But he's also perfect for this system as the 3rd option.
He had a moment last week where I thought, wow, he's really arrived. He was on one of those sort of celebrity gossip websites, just pictures of him in a Rolex dealership over in Beverly Hills. And I was like, Michael Porter Jr. is arriving.
Yeah.
And I love that for him. Paparazzi's out there. The Bucks, this is bad. We know that they're not going to have Dame Lillard indefinitely, and they've lost 4 of their last 6. They're now in that 6th spot, which, by the way, shout out Detroit. But I'm wondering what looked like they were starting to really kind of get some hope back from the beginning of the season to this is a tough turn.
It just reminds me of the Knicks right now. You take off the head of the snake, you take off Jalen Brunson, you take off Damian Lillard. That is a huge blow to the team, especially just the timing. It's right when you think things are going well, playoffs coming. Now we're talking about seeding and possible matchups. They have no chance without Damian Lillard. The Mavs have no chance without Kyrie Irving. The Knicks have no chance with Jalen Brown. These guys are so important, so valuable to their teams that you have to have these guys. And so, again, we're talking about Damian Lillard with a blood clot. I think that's a little more serious than like an ankle sprain with Jalen. But yeah, they're getting things from other. Gary Trent's playing good. AJ Green's playing solid. Rollins last night had 17. So they're getting production. But when you take off a guy like Damian Lillard, just the attention he creates on the offensive end, it allows the game to come so much easier for everybody else. It's tough, so it's not ideal for them. Again, right now is when you want to be the healthiest, when you want to be peaking and confident going into the postseason. It feels like a lot of these teams are kind of limping to the postseason.
And that's what I don't want. So happened. Harden and Kawhi, big win for the Clippers. 126-113. Harden finished with 29. Kawhi Leonard finished with 27, 10, and 7. And Karl Anthony Towns with 34 points, 13 rebounds. 9 of their last 11 games have been victorious for Los Angeles. And they are just doing it in a way where we don't spend a ton of time talking about it, but they are there. Are they going to sneakily be a problem?
I don't think they have enough to contend. They are a hard out. They are a matchup nightmare. They struggled a lot, honestly, when Norman Powell went out during this stretch of the season, during All-Star break. They have been so good with him all year long. He has been so consistent. And now you have Kawhi Leonard playing at an elite level that we're used to playing a lot of minutes. James Harden's been unbelievable all the season long. But now you got getting Derek Jones, the Bogey Bogdanovic. Zubac has been unbelievable, averaging career numbers this entire season. So they do have this experienced, older, mature team that can defend, they can score. So yeah, if they're healthy and they get a good matchup against like a young Rockets team or a Grizzlies team, I can see them playing spoiler in the first round. Denver, I still think has too much for them, but yeah, I would, if I'm one of those teams, this would be a tough matchup with all that experience and all those vets, all those ways to score. Like, how do you guard them? You have 3 elite wing scorers. You have a big that's going to clean the glass and block shots and finish everything. They're a deep team, so I think they're kind of hitting their peak at the right moment.
And the Kawhi part of it all is it's amazing. He's averaging 26, 58% shooting over his last 7 games. Everybody who loves basketball has wanted to see this Kawhi Leonard for a while now, and we sort of didn't get to have that due to injury. So is he capable of, and I don't want to jinx it, by the way, like a 2019 type run?
I hope so, because again, he is so good when he is healthy, and it's never been about his production. When he's on the floor and he's playing 30-plus minutes, he's unbelievable. And the biggest thing to me is, look, last night, 40 minutes. The other night, 40 minutes. So when I see him doing that on consecutive games, that means he's feeling well. And you watch him. He's just got that pep in his step. He's got that bounce. He looks strong. He looks sturdy. When he was not himself, you could visibly see that. You could see physically he lost his step. He wasn't getting to his mid-range. He wasn't getting to the free throw line. He's now shown us, the last couple of weeks in particular, that he is a top tier player. He is a 1A option. It's just whether he can sustain that. And I don't know, but I hold my breath still a little bit when he plays, but I hope he does, because he is a great player, great dude, and the Clippers need him to have success in the postseason.
The Knicks side of things, bad timing to sort of have this run. They're 5-5 with Brunson having been out this entire time. He won't be reevaluated till Friday. I know there have been reports that his rehab's going well, but how concerned are you? I mean, we don't have a lot of time left here.
Yeah.